I'm Tina, 72. 6 months ago, I made a decision that turned my family's world upside down. Today, I invited my three children, Jake, 48, Lily, 46, and Ben, 44, to my new place for dinner. As they sat around the table, looking at the new decor and unfamiliar surroundings, I knew it was time to talk. Before we started eating, I took a deep breath and began. 6 months ago, I sold the properties you expected to inherit and moved without telling you. I know it shocked you all, but it was a decision I had to make. Jake started to interrupt, but I held up my hand. Please let me finish. For 47 years after your father, Tom, passed away, I dedicated my life to you. I worked multiple jobs, sometimes as a nurse during the day and a caregiver at night, to give you a stable life. I gave up my dreams of traveling and painting to ensure you had everything you needed. I paused, looking at their faces. But somewhere along the way, my sacrifices became something you took for granted. I was just a convenience to you, someone to watch the kids, host holidays, and keep your childhood rooms ready. You didn't see me as a person with my own needs and feelings. Lily protested. Mom, that's not true. We've always appreciated you. I looked at her calmly. Then why did you use my money without asking? And why did you plan to put me in an assisted living facility after the holidays without even discussing it with me? They all fell silent, unable to meet my gaze. I continued. I spent Christmas Eve alone that year. I had prepared a big dinner for all of you, but you called and said you were all on a cruise. I later found out you used $13,000 from my savings account to pay for it. It was a cruel betrayal. After Tom died when he was 36, I was left with 3 young children and a mountain of debt. The life insurance helped a bit, but I still had to work tirelessly to make ends meet. I remember the long nights, coming home exhausted, only to find you all asleep. I sacrificed so much for your education. Jake, I worked extra shifts for a year to buy you your first car. Lily, I refinanced the house to pay for your college tuition at your dream school. And Ben, I bailed you out of trouble more times than I can count, even when it meant going into debt myself. We owned 3 properties: the main house where we lived, a small beach cottage that Tom's family had passed down, and a piece of land he inherited. All were in my name, and I held on to them, thinking they would be your inheritance. But then, I found a brochure for an assisted living place with Jake's notes on it. That's when I realized you were planning to take away my independence. I decided to take control of my life. I called an old friend of Tom's, Mark, who is a real estate attorney. I explained everything to him, and he helped me understand my rights. I made the decision to sell all the properties before you returned from your cruise. The market was good, and with Mark's help, we sold the beach cottage first to a young couple looking for a weekend getaway. The land was bought by a developer. The main house, where I had so many memories, took a bit longer, but in the end, I sold it to a family with young children. I found a lovely 2-bedroom condo near a park. It has a balcony overlooking a duck pond. The building has an elevator and a small community room where I've made new friends. I've painted the walls in colors I've always loved, and it's truly my own place. As I finished speaking, Jake finally said, Mom, I'm sorry. You're right. We treated you badly, and what we did at Christmas was unforgivable. I smiled slightly. It's not unforgivable, just unforgettable. But I hope we can start anew, as adults who respect each other. Over dinner, the conversation slowly shifted to lighter topics, the grandchildren's activities, and my new friends. The tension in the room eased a bit. When they left that evening, Lily hugged me and said, I like your new place, Mom. It suits you. I replied, that's because I chose it for myself. Sitting on my balcony now, watching the fireflies, I know there will still be challenges ahead. But for the first time in a long time, I feel at peace. I've reclaimed myself, worth, and my right to live life on my own terms. I'm curious about you, who are listening to my story. What would you do if you were in my place? Have you ever been through something similar?
Comment Bilo?